Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. I'm going to have to get surgery if my smile gets any bigger, people. 3-1 again, 13-3 since the hiccup in week 4, 22-10, 69% against the spread. Wow, you can't wait to get to the Halloween edition of Geno's Picks. But first, you know what really grinds my gears? Halloween. And I've decided I'm not against it. I want Halloween every weekend of the year, because that's when women decide that a thong and a halter top makes me a witch. No, it doesn't. And it doesn't make you a whore either. You know why? Because you're already a whore, dying for an excuse to dress like one. Let's minimize the problems and always dress like that. Halloween every Tuesday, right about lunch. You can't wait to see these broads naked this week, but more importantly, you can't wait to get to these picks. My first pick, the Eagles are getting 2 from the Texans in Houston. Wow, the Eagles have lost both of their games the same way, by getting cute at the goal line against both the 49ers in week 4 and the Cardinals last week. And in both situations, Chip Kelly had a chance to take the lead in the waning seconds and win the game, but in both situations from the 1-yard line, he got cute. And rather than hand the ball off to LaShawn McCoy with a blocking back, came out with a formation spread wider than a double-jointed porn star. Not like you can blame him. Does he even have a big body on his offense besides Foles, McCoy, Sproles, Macklin, Polk, Cooper? Jeez, maybe Nick Foles should dress up like Snow White on Halloween, because he's surrounded by 7 little dudes who are doing all the work. Well, don't worry, Chip, because the only place your offense has trouble scoring from is the 1-yard line, while the only place Ryan Fitzpatrick has trouble scoring from is behind, where he's going to be all day. Fitzpatrick beats bad QBs, and Nick Foles is pretty good. Take the Eagles, lay the 2. My next pick, the Chiefs are giving 9.5 to the Jets at Arrowhead. What can you say about the Jets QB situation that I didn't say back in the preseason? The only legitimate pro-style QB on that roster that can help the Jets is Matt Sims. But because front offices worry more about their egos than the welfare of their teams or their quarterbacks in the case of Washington, who's rushing back RG3 so McCoy doesn't start another QB controversy too late, the Jets have to stick with Vic so they can try to pretend signing him was them doing their homework instead of just being lazy and taking the easiest available option. Geez, did they even look for players or just watch the local news when they saw Vic was 2 hours away and readily available? So what do they have now? An absolute mess at quarterback, with a pair of dudes who hit the cornerbacks in the open field more than they do their own receivers in the end zone. Yup, Vic and Smith have combined for 8 TDs this year and 11 INTs. Wow. And while all this goes on, Rex Ryan says he thinks they'll be fine. Wow. Maybe Rex should dress up as a member of the Center for Disease Control for Halloween, because just like them, he apparently doesn't care who's catching what. Am I putting my money on Andy Reid and the Chiefs? Oh, yeah. I can see the picture. My next pick, the Raiders are getting 15 from the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, Russell Wilson may not be black enough for his locker room, but he's man enough to lead his team to victory any way and every way he can, okay? And now he travels back to Seattle, where for all the bashing him and his team have gotten over the past few weeks, Wilson has more than kept them in the black, see what I did there, at home, winning 17 of his 19 starts there. But 15 points, that's a lot to give any team anywhere, especially young Derek Carr and his fleet of speedy receivers and a rejuvenated and healthy Darren McFadden, which is why I think Tony Sparano should dress up like Jerry Sandusky this Halloween, because I can't think of anyone more excited to be handed something in the 15 range. And just like him, he'll be sneaking away with just enough scoring that nobody noticed. Take the Raiders and the 15. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday Night Better, as I like to call it. How's 8-1 for the season going to treat you? The Colts are getting 3 from the Giants at MetLife Stadium. The Giants have 3 wins that came against, sorry Joe, 3 very bad teams. The Texans, the Skins, and the Falcons. And they have struggled with each, and they have had 2 weeks to convince themselves that they're a good team going through a bad stretch. The only thing that's a stretch there is saying they're a good team, as they are winless against winless teams. And now they face the Colts, who have had 8 days to remember that no team is to be taken for granted after the Steelers mauled them with Andrew Luck, which is why maybe the New York Giants should dress up like the San Francisco Giants for Halloween, because they'll be lucky to get 3 good runs all night, and it's not going to take them as far as the other guys. Indy Romps the G-Men. Take Luck and lay the 3.